Alright, we should be live. Alright, let's get started. You are joining me tonight for round 2 of season 17 of ALR GT7. This is tier 4 white, and tonight we're gonna have a sprint and a feature race around Tokyo. So, jumping off of the season opener, we have Matthew leading the championship with 35 points ahead of 3 drivers tied for second place with 26 points at Jezza, Cameron and Boa, all tied for second place, and after them Juho with 25 points. So round 1 was pretty tight. Let's see how the qualifying went for round 2. We see Juho lines up in 16th place, Rocket ahead of him in 15th, JP in 14th place, Boa in 13th. Interesting that the 4 GTRs are tied together here at the back. Schumacher qualifies in 12th place, Khan in 11th, NTO into 10th place with the Renault, Muncan in 9th, Jezza in 8th place, 7th place for Cameron, Udele in 6th, Dijkstra in 5th place, Zelda in 4th, Monty in 3rd place, 2nd place for Shadows Wolf, and 1st place for the championship leader Matthew. So he's starting off strongly this second round. Without further ado, let's get started. 8 laps of a sprint race around Tokyo. Just a very quick check. Everyone should be on the soft tires. Yes, everyone is starting on the soft tires. So let's see how this race will go. 5 lights out and we're off. Seems like a very good start from Matthew and Shadows Wolf. Everyone is sort of lighting up. These two have managed to create already a bit of a gap to replace the Monty. Let's rejoin them. Matthew holding a very defensive position on the right hand side for turn 1. Of course, this is a very long straight, so it's very dangerous what might happen here. We have a bit of chaos. Zelda in the wall there. We have a Ferrari spinning as well. Let's go back and have a quick look to see what happened there. So maybe focus on Zelda here to see what happened in turn 1. From Zero's point of view in 6th place, so ahead of him the cars are all battling for 3rd place. Monty lost out 2 positions here before the turn. A bit of a push there. What happened there with Zero? Let's see. Let's try utilize point of view. I still don't know what happened. This is very interesting. Someone punching from behind, but I couldn't see on these 2 runs who it was. It was Khan, and there was some lag involved as well. And then Cameron got hit as well. Schumacher suffered as well. But that was an interesting turn 1. Something that happened across a lot of tiers actually. But out in front we have Matthew holding on to the lead, followed very closely by Shadow and Dijkstra. Shadow has been tracing Matthew so far for this 1/3 of the lap. They seem to be very close together. Yes, is this better with the microphone? So as we head into the final hairpin, let's see if Shadow will go for a move here. Just a bit too far maybe to go for a dive bomb. Dijkstra has a bit of a look on the inside, and Monty dives on the inside, is given the room. Seems just broke too deep there, but still manages to hold the position. So interesting that he managed to hold the position. So on the start-finish straight, everyone is lined up. Slipstream here, of course, is extremely important, and if you're going for an overtake, you should time it very well before turn 1, or just do it on the braking zone for turn 1. Let's rejoin our top 3. Dijkstra has managed to take 2nd place. Let's see where and how that happened. Did I miss it at the hairpin? I missed it at the hairpin. So Dijkstra managed to get a very tight line through there and manages to take 2nd place off of Shadow's Wolf. Let's see what happened with Udelay. Udelay is in the Supra, right behind the NTO with the Renault. The Renault not famous for its top speed, so definitely suffering a bit for this track. And yes, Udelay is already ahead of NTO right before the turn as well. Boa pushes NTO a bit to the side, but still keeps the position there. Let's see how it's going out in front. Matthew's still holding out strong, as Dijkstra and Shadow Wolf are very, very close by. I don't know how you didn't report that. I definitely would have. It seemed like a pretty slam dunk one, at least from this point of view here. See what happened here. Udelay is being chased by Poa. After that, interesting turn 1 overtake, let's say. Already has a look on the inside and actually manages to get past Udelay here, so Bo definitely had a better exit there out of the fast chicane. Let's see if he'll be able to keep this momentum up through these corners. Fair enough. As NTO comes under pressure from Cameron. Goes defensive on the inside of the hairpin, manages to keep the position, but will now be stuck ahead of Cameron, and unless he goes for pump drafting, he will likely lose out the positions. The Renault really doesn't like the straights. They're already side by side. Cameron has elected not to work together with NTO, as Rocket lines up for the slipstream behind NTO here. Very long straight. They're making it nearly 3 wide as Rocket has a look on the inside. Rocket just about manages to hold it through, but NTO sticks it out on the outside of turn 2 and manages to hold the position. As these two are still going side by side through the fast corners here. Now NTO has the inside line, but it will turn into the outside for the fast chicane. Will Cameron make it? Yes, just about. There did seem to be a little bit of a touch with the wall there, but they are still going side by side here. Bit of a squeeze there maybe, or at least it looked a little bit like it. I don't know if the lobby was laggy or just the replay is maybe a bit sketchy. These cars have now dropped off of the main pack considerably, mostly because of the fighting between Cameron, Rocket and NTO. So on this track specifically, any kind of fighting loses you a lot of time, and Rocket seems to be the main benefactor of all this fighting, as he's now climbed a few positions up. Let's see what happened here. JP down on the inside. Oh, Khan once again missed a braking point and hit Zelda, which is very unfortunate for Zelda there. Let's see how our top cars are looking. Have missed an overtake. Let's see where it happened. All down in turn 2, Shadow's Wolf manages to hold the inside line nicely there and dive on Dijkstra, manages to get second position and is already ahead of him before the fast corners here, so he'll definitely be able to keep the position. Let's get back to where we were. Dijkstra had a bit of a bad exit on the final corner, as we see him drop off outside of the slipstream from Shadow's Wolf, as Matthew and Shadow's Wolf now open up a bit of a gap to the rest of the cars. Matthew still holding strong in first position, as Dijkstra is about to come under pressure from Jezza for fight for third place. Bit of lag there as Dijkstra goes defensive and holds the inside line. Just doesn't go for a switchback. Just tries to hold the outside line, but doesn't quite manage to do it. Let's see what happened here as well, as Boa dove on the inside of Monty, and just about both of them kept it clean, which was nice to see. Any other drama in turn 1? Rocket, Cameron and NTO are still fighting over this position. These three have been glued together for a while now. As further back we see Monkan, Juho, Schumacher and JP all line astern here through the fast corners. So the cars have separated in a few groups. There's Schumacher. What happened there with Schumacher? Let's see from his point of view. Just forced on the outside by JP, and there was a bit of contact there. I'm not sure if that was reported or not, but it wasn't pleasant for Schumacher in any way. As we rejoin NTO, still fighting with Rocket and Cameron over that 8th place. Again, a significant gap has opened up to the cars in front. Let's have a quick look at our leaders of the hairpin. Still line astern. I've not seen them bump draft actually. It seems that the Citroën is just about able to keep up with the speed of the Viper there. And the Viper, of course, a very efficient car on this track. Dijkstra holding on to 3rd place, but Jizza is a lot closer this time on the start-finish straight, so will benefit a lot more from the slipstream. Jizza already goes for a move and is ahead of Dijkstra long before the braking zone. This might come back to bite him, as now Dijkstra has a lot of slipstream up to the braking point. Has a look on the inside, takes the inside. Nice clean driving by both of them as they're side by side now into turn 2. Dijkstra still manages to hold on to the inside line, and they're now side by side going into the fast bits. Dijkstra slots in behind Jizza here. Doesn't have much of a choice as he was holding on to the outside line. And let's see if they make it clean through the chicane here. Yes, they both do. And Boa Udele as well, right behind them, is waiting for an opportunity to make a move. Oh, what happened there? Let's see that from Boa's point of view. So Boa has the overspeed, goes down the inside of Dijkstra, and Dijkstra just touches the wall on the outside and then understeers into Boa, and Boa takes 4th position over that. Luckily for him, no damage, so he's able to continue pushing now, as Dijkstra has been relegated down to 6th position. Under threat from Monty now. See them navigate the hairpin now. Dijkstra again going for the inside line, is given the room just about by Udele, but they still keep the same positions for the moment. As let's rejoin our race leader here, starting lap 6 of the sprint race. Consistent pace by the top 2, as Shadows Wolf is holding on to the slipstream of Matthew. Still nice and clean from these two. I don't know if Shadow Wolf is just happy to hold on to 2nd place here, or is just timing it so that he goes for a move perhaps on the next lap or the lap before. Let's see now. Udele gets a bit of a bump draft from Monty, but Dijkstra holds the inside line just about. Again manages to keep it tight through there and takes 5th position, so good recovery after that moment Dijkstra had. Is now looking at the back of Boa as Udele and Monty are going a bit of side-by-side action here. Dijkstra goes wide a bit again. Is he suffering on tires? He shouldn't be. But oh, he gets squeezed very Very bad there by Udele, and it seemed Udele just waited and ceded the position back to Dijkstra, which is good to see. It surprisingly didn't cost them too much time, but both of them now have damage. Monty has damage as well, which is interesting to see. I didn't see how Monty got the damage. Hello, Ross. Nice to see you. Very wide line taken there from both Cameron and Zelda. Though it did seem fairly clean. Something must have happened to Rocket. What happened to Rocket? What did I miss? Did I miss something that long ago? Oh, it went 3 wide and Rocket was on the outside. That's a very bad place to be. Especially in turn 1 on this track, and just loses out because of that. Did not seem pleasant at all. Ooh, what happened here? Udele gets a little bit on the inside of Monty, but then just loses the rear just on the power. Manages to keep it out of the wall, which is good, but he's already out of the slipstream from the car ahead, so he will lose out because of that. Now the Supra is powerful on the straight, so he might be able to catch up. Matthew and Shadow's Wolf still holding positions as they were. I've yet to see a bump draft between these two, so it's really interesting if Shadow Wolf is just holding back. Will he go for a move here actually? No, keeping it nice and clean through turn 1, through turn 2 as well. Let's see how the others get on. Monty goes a bit wide through turn 1, but no drama there. As Moncon, NTO, Juho and Cameron go in pairs of 2 through turn 1, but it seems just about they keep it clean, or at least I didn't catch anything there. So NTO still holding on to 8th place, which is quite good, especially for the Renault around here. Clearly managing to hold up some of these cars, which are a lot faster on the straight, and half of this lap is just the straight, so that's a good achievement. But we will rejoin our race leaders here. Shadow Wolf is finally going for a move, is being shown the outside of the hairpin on the penultimate lap here. Tries maybe a bit of a switchback, doesn't quite work, but he's now glued to the back of Matthew. He's closer than I have seen him before, as they're about to start the final lap of the race. And if Shadow will be going for a move, this would be the time to go for that move down into turn 1 or just before it and cover off the inside. Let's see. Let's see if my prediction here will be correct. Oh, Matthew holds the inside line, goes defensive. Shadow Wolf is shown the outside. That's not exactly possible around this corner, and is just forced to slot in behind Matthew once again. It's great racing from these two. Nice and patient throughout the whole sprint race, and then both got their wits about them on the actual fight, as they are now line astern here. Shadow definitely putting on the pressure on Matthew. Oh, Matthew just goes a bit wide there and seemed to touch the wall. This has allowed Shadow to go very close to him now, side by side. A bit too wide for Shadow's move now, and will it just lose out because of that? Didn't pick up any damage, but it's just too far back now maybe to go for a dive bomb. Still thinking of it. Matthew goes defensive, covers off the inside line. Shadow's Wolf goes for a bit of a switchback, but just didn't have the tires to make it work, and goes a bit wide, touches the wall, and this just means that Matthew manages to hold on to the position. What a great race by Matthew here. Started on pole, led every lap, finishes the race in first place. Shadow's Wolf takes second place after going smart and trying for the move on the final lap. Jezza in third, Dijkstra recovers to fourth place, Monty in fifth, Boa in sixth place, Udele in seventh. Antio manages to hold on to 8th place, 9th place for Monkan, 10th for Juho. Zelda recovers to 11th after being taken out a bit earlier. JP in 12th, Rocket in 13th, Cameron in 14th, and Schumacher in 15th place. And I believe Khan has disconnected from this race. So that was our sprint race around Tokyo. Let's load up the feature race, the main event. And we're back for the feature race. 20 laps around Tokyo. Will be interesting to see how the strategies play out here. Of course, we have reverse top 10 grid for the feature race. So let's go through our grid now to see how they line up for the feature race. Khan starting in 16th, Schumacher in 15th, 14th for Cameron, Rocket in 13th, 12th for JP, 11th for Zelda, and Matthew, our sprint race leader, is starting from 10th place. I'm not sure if I missed the move or it was in the feature. If it was in the sprint, I guess I didn't catch it. 9th place for Shadow Wolf, starting right ahead of Matthew. Jose in 8th, Dijkstra in 7th, 6th for Monty, Bo in 5th, Udele in 4th place, Antio starting from 3rd, Monkan in 2nd, and Juho starting on pole position for the feature race. Quick look through the tires, and it seems nearly everyone is on hards and mediums, but Schumacher, Shadow's Wolf, and Monkan have elected to start on the soft tires, so they will probably be two stopping here, which will be interesting to see. Two stopping didn't really quite work out in my tier, but I don't know, it might work out here, especially I know at least one of the races had rain, so two stopping there was a viable strategy, I guess. Long run to turn 1, Monkan is already side by side by Juho. Bit interesting. I would have probably elected to go for the bump drafting, but maybe Monkan just wants to get it over with. He's on the soft tires, of course, so he should have tire advantage for at least a couple of laps as Juho goes to the inside to cover off Udele, and NTO had a bit of a moment there. Let's see what happened with something that would have been reported. Oh, it's just an unfortunate incident. It seems Udele went wide into the wall, NTO in the back of him, and his car just spun because of it. As Juho has actually managed to keep first place ahead of Monko and must have overtaken him in turn 2. As they're going through the chicane now. No one hitting the wall this time around. As the Extra is having a bit of a look on the inside of Jezza, but in turn Matthew finds a way and is already up into 7th place, which is a great start from Matthew. The Extra relegated down into 9th here, and Shadow Wolf stuck in 10th position. So the only one to really profit so far was Matthew. As we go into the hairpin, Matthew holds a tight inside line. He's already up into 7th place. Right behind his teammates, so they're bump drafting now, which will help them gain positions here. Smart driving from these two. They've already both passed Monty, and they might reach the back of Udele here. As Matthew has a look on the inside of his teammate, and out in front, it seems Monty pushed Juho very wide. This promoted Bo to the lead of the race, and Udele in second. Juho and Monty definitely had a moment there. As everyone just about makes it through the fast chicane. Some of the camera angles here are a bit questionable, but Zelda and Dijkstra are going side by side as Dijkstra just about manages to get ahead. For the moment, a bit of touching there between the cars, and this allows Zelda to gain a few positions up into 7th now. Will anyone make any brave dives here? Dijkstra had a bit of a look on the inside again, manages to hold a tight inside line. As we will rejoin our race leader here. Jezza went for a move nice and early on Boa. So not working together with his teammate on this lap. Boa looked to be giving just a bit of a bump draft here. And turn 1, let's see what happens. Udele goes wide again. And Boa just about managed to keep it clean there. But Udele loses out. He's down in 4th place now and already a bit out of their slipstream range. Jezza and Boa fighting very close for first position here. Boa on the hard tires, cars around him on the mediums one. Jezza seemed to go a bit wide there. forced Boa to maybe slow down a little bit, and now Matthew and Yulei have caught up to them nice and close. I will try to remember lap 12, Boa. So let's see, down the hairpin they go. Matthew nice and early dives on the inside, manages to get it stopped, get it turned as well, and manages to overtake Boa, takes second place. So the Vipers really seem to be enjoying the track so far. Boa in good slipstream range. Let's use the launcher to go through the field here. You're lane for Chuho in 5th, Monty in 5th, and Shadows Wolf has managed to gain up to 7th place. He started 9th, remember, but then dropped shortly to 10th place. Monken is in 8th, Schumacher in 9th, Cameron in 10th, Zelda, Rocket, Khan, Dijkstra. Dijkstra must have had a moment. He's down in 14th, looking for a move on Khan here, and he should be able to complete it without any issues. He's already ahead of him long before the braking zone. Yeah, manages to get 13th place, so Dijkstra will be on a recovery drive here. As the top seem to be rather glued together at the moment. Matthew is on the back of his teammate. Oh, a bit of a wide moment there for Matthew, and he loses out a position to Boa. Will he lose out another one to Yudley? No, it seems Yudley had to lift off a little bit not to crash into him, and is now too far as Matthew goes for a very late move with Boa. A bit of argy-bargy there between Matthew and Boa. But now this has made Boa drop out of the slipstream range, so he should be very vulnerable to Matthew here on the straight with the slipstream. Boa, of course, on the hard tires rather than the drivers being on the mediums. They seem accidentally or not went for a bit of a bump draft, as Boa manages to hold on to that position. Very interesting to see, very good driving this time around. Matthew holds on as well. A bit of a wide moment again from Udele, but these top four have really opened up a gap to the rest of the cars. As we see Zelda, Monken and Cameron going 3 wide here. A lot of positions being exchanged between them. 3 fast turns here. Of course, holding on to the inside line will only help you for 1 corner's time, and then it turns into the outside. This is really costing them time, so they're further dropping back from the top 4. This is probably the one track where working together is extremely important for this Le Mans, of course, which we will have, I believe, later on in the season. Down on the start-finish straight, Cameron goes for a very early move on Zelda. It's an interesting decision not to utilize the slipstream of that Supra. He's tried to get the slipstream from his teammate up ahead, but it doesn't quite work out. He's forced to slot back behind Zelda, has a look again, but that's just not going to happen with the Supra having the slipstream of a car ahead and being so much faster. Up ahead, Boa has managed to find a way past Matthew. Let's rejoin our leaders. Cheza has managed to open up a bit of a gap, and Yule, Boa, and Matthew are stuck in a battle for second place at the moment, slowly but surely losing time to the race leader here. Cameron has a bit of a wide moment there, touches the wall as this is allowing Dijkstra and Monty behind to catch up. Shadows Wolf has dropped down into 10th position again, so not having a fantastic feature race so far. Cameron goes side by side with his teammate here on the outside of the hairpin. Brakes nice and late, hugs the inside line afterwards, and is still right on the back of his teammate with that Mercedes behind, catching up. Let's see what happened here. Monken had a bit of a moment, and that's a very unfortunate crash there. Caught the outside, caught the inside as well, and is now forced to do a 1,000,000-point turn just to get back on the racing line. Can happen when you just hit the wall in the wrong way. As we see on lap 7, Schumacher goes in the pits, Shadow Wolf as well. So they're getting rid of their soft tires. Will be interesting to see if they try the soft hards or they are two-stopping. Let's rejoin our battle for P2 currently with Boa, Matthew and Udele. These three have been exchanging positions throughout the lap. Matthew ahead of Boa for the moment. Boa had a bit of a touch there. Just about manages to hold it. Didn't lose too much time. Definitely should be thankful for. Didn't lose too much time there. Going through the fast chicane. The medium tire runners are still holding on nicely with their tire wear. They've got tire life left in them. So I would say they're definitely two-stopping. Interesting to see how they split it. Everyone here is just about too far to think of a move, I'd say. But let's have a look anyway and be sure. Yeah, no moves going into the final chicane. As Monty comes up to the rear end of Dijkstra, has a bit of a look on the inside, but thinks better of it. Doesn't try to outbrake himself. Shadow Wolf again on the soft, so he's definitely two stopping. This is his second stint on the soft tires. Schumacher on the mediums. I doubt he'll make it to the end of the race on the mediums. I'd be amazed if he does. But out in front, just holding steady with his pace on the mediums in the 2 minutes lap times. 2:01 was the last one, so maybe dropping off a little bit. Cars behind him just about the same pace, maybe catching up slowly. Usually definitely caught up on the last lap there. Boa seems to have dropped off of their back just a little bit here. Usually already went for a move. Let's go and see that one. Through the fast chicane. Does it just get a better exit? Yeah, it seems it just gets a better exit. Maybe just had a bit of a touch of the wall there, which made him lose speed. But even so, a nice clean overtake by Udele to take the lead of the race here on lap 8 out of 20. Of course, Jezza will now have the opportunity to go back at him. If not on the final hairpin, then definitely on the start-finish straight, as long as he manages to keep in that slipstream range. Matthew interplays very close to his teammate. Goes for a dive on his side on his own teammate, but doesn't manage to make a stick. There was a bit of a contact there maybe, and it would seem they both lose out a little bit because of that fighting. Jezza just about managed to hold on to the slipstream of Udele. Shadow Wolf went to 12th after pitting, so if his strategy is to work, he should be looking to get further ahead than 10th on this stint to be making progress. Matthew already side by side again with his teammate, but this time he manages to make it stick. Udele had that wide moment again. He's picked up a bit of damage. So that's Supra not really liking the first couple of corners on this track. As Boa is just about keeping up with the top 3. Did drop out of the slipstream range, but is managing to keep pace with them. Hasn't entirely dropped out. Let's see, any brave moves into the hairpin? Not this time. Matthew manages to take second place off his teammate and is now on the back of Udele. See, Bo is our top hard tire running driver in 4th place, and then JP in 9th is the next one with hard tires. Everyone else is on the mediums for their first stint. So Bo and JP with an opportunity here if they've managed to keep pace with their main rivals here on the hard tires. They will have a great second stint on the mediums, whereas everyone else will be forced to take the slower tire. Matthew not close enough to think of a move down in turn 1. Some of these cars will need to be pitting soon for sure. going through the grid. Shadow Wolves up into 10th. And he has the fastest lap as well. He's on the soft tires, of course. So his two-stop strategy might sort of work out. Not sure. He did start in 9th and had a couple of terrible first laps, I would say. But at least didn't manage to move forwards like Matthew. Jose has dropped a little bit off of his teammate now and is already under threat by Boa. Boa manages to go for a nice switchback, takes the inside line on the exit of the hairpin, but just about doesn't have the power to get ahead of Jose, but he's now close enough to benefit from that slipstream. As Udele, Matthew and Jose all dive into the pits, Zelda as well. Cameron in the pits as well. So would seem all the medium tire runners are in the pits. Matthew has a lot more fuel than his teammate, so that will be interesting to see. He will jump some cars on the exit, I think. Yeah, he's ahead of Udele exiting the pits, and it's interesting to see that Matthew came out on the softs, which is, yeah, on the soft tires, which is an interesting choice. Is he double stopping as well? That'd be interesting to see. But out in front, Boa leading the race on the hard tires. Will be interesting to see if he can extend this in by 1 or 2 laps. This might give him good advantage on the medium tires and in the second stint of his race. Interesting that Matthew has come out of the pits just ahead of Shadow Wolf, and he is right behind JP, so he is in a bit of traffic with these soft tires. So let's see if he'll be able to get this to work. Already manages to get past JP. That was a good overtake there, taking advantage of his fresher tires. Usually our race leader up to that point is down in 8th place, so Matthew, saving fuel, really managed to find a huge gap here in the pits. I think he had about 10 liters more than Jose, his teammate in the same car. Boa now into the pits from first place. Monty elects to continue for another lap. Let's see where Boa will come out. JP goes in the pits to get off the hard tires as Boa rejoins the race in 6th place, 7th, just behind Udele. Ahead of Dijkstra, there's a nice gap behind him, so he should be able to focus on the race going forwards. Out in front, Monty, Juho still yet to pit. They're being chased by Matthew, who is our de facto race leader now. Boa on the medium tires should be able to pump in some good laps here. Little by little being caught up maybe by Dijkstra here. Dijkstra also has pit and is now on the medium tires, but maybe pit 1 or 2 laps earlier. Matthew ahead of Juho already, so now when Monty pits, he will take the race lead. Oh boy, brakes nice and late, keeps the inside here. Just about comes side by side with Dijkstra. As ahead, Juho and Shadow's Wolf have jumped into the pits to get out their tires. As Shadow's Wolf's second pit stop. I think I may have missed what I was supposed to see with Boa on lap 12. Now side by side with Dijkstra here for turn 1. Just about manages to hold it, but loses it out on the exit of the corner, and Boa dives on the inside to get that 5th position off of him. Let's rejoin our race leader at the moment, Monty, with a bit of damage, being overtaken by Matthew. Monty yet to pit with a fully dead front right tire, as Matthew manages to overtake him long before the final hairpin. Zelda dives on the inside. Nothing Monty can do with that tire, goes very, very wide. Definitely extended one lap too many. So Matthew and Zelda here on the soft tires in the lead of the race. ULA also on the soft tires. I'm not sure they will make it to the end. Will be interesting to see, but I really doubt they would make it to the end. They'd have to stop again. Bit of bump drafting happening between Jezza and Cameron here. Jezza and Cameron on the hards, both of them. They're in a direct fight for a position here. Quick look out in front, Zelda chasing Matthew. Oh, their tires are already halfway down, both of them. So these two will be stopping again. They have created a significant gap on the cars behind, so they just might get away with a two-stopper here. Shadow's Wolf, I have missed his pit stop maybe last lap, but he's on the mediums now for his final stint of the race. In 11th place, so pretty much a static race for him maybe. Not too much changing of positions. Schumacher in the pits to get off medium tires, I think. Yeah, let's rejoin our race leader. Ah, that's okay. Though I may have missed that incident on lap 13 as well. Shadow's Wolf has managed to get past JP and Moncon, taking 9th position. Moncon's suffering on those medium tires. Surely he's yet to pit. So he's doing medium softs, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm a bit confused why so many people are two-stopping, I'll be honest. I would guess that the faster strategy would be single-stopping hard mediums. Zelda all over the back of Matthew here. Both of them low on fuel, low on tires. Will they pit this lap? Yes, they will. Both of them pitting to get off those soft tires. Udele as well pitting. Udele has overfueled then for this stint. As Dijkstra goes into the pits as well of the medium tires. Udele respectively has taken the lead now. He didn't have to fuel again as he already did that on the previous stop. Just about being overtaken by Boa. As Cameron is in 3rd place now with the one-stop strategy on the hards, still holding ahead of Jezza. Both of them on the hard tires, of course. Boa, Udele ahead of Cameron are both on the soft tires. So unless they completely destroy their tires, I doubt Cameron and Jezza will be able to hold on to them. Matthew down in 5th place, but he's on the soft tires, so he might catch up to these cars ahead of him. So Udele there with an interesting strategy call with the fuel. It seems to have worked out, at least for the moment, so he's ahead of Matthew again now. But Boa managed to jump both of them, so he's now in the lead of the race on the medium tires. He manages to hold on a couple of more laps till the softs get a bit wasted. He might be able to hold on to the win here. Let's see, lap 16 in the hairpin. Does Udele have think about a move? Not this time. Jez and Cameron's holding on positions as well. As Matthew and Zelda are again glued to each other. They went in bits like this. They're coming out again glued to each other. So maybe had a bit of a moment there. Let's see what happened. So not undershot by anyone, just broke too late, too deep. And as a result comes undershot by Shadow Wolf now here on the start finish straight. Cameron finally passed by Jezza here. Jezza well ahead of him in turn 1. Hello. And Jezza just manages to keep that 3rd place with Matthew and Zelda behind, catching up to them. Udele managed to get past Boa. Where did I miss that? Just on the start finish straight. And manages to hold on through turn 1, so good job by Yulei there. Managed to get past Boa on the soft tires, managed to make them work. Just needs to make them survive the rest of the laps under Boa's pressure. Justin Cameron doing very well on the hard tires so far, lapping the 2.0s. Matthew and Zelda behind them, still very much driving together. I've not seen it, but perhaps they are bump drafting down the straight, or at least I would hope so. Oh, Zelda goes for a very late move. Maybe pushes Matthew a bit wide, but sees the position back, it seemed. That was interesting. Maybe Zelda was a bit caught off guard by when Matthew broke there. But now Zelda goes again for a move, has a look on the inside of the hairpin, brakes late. Does he manage to get it turned? Just about. But Matthew goes for the old switcheroo and still keeps the position ahead of Zelda. Let's see, will Zelda go for a move here or just work together? Decides to go for a move this time around. Supra versus Viper, two very quick cars in a straight line. The Viper just about edging quicker. That's a bit unfortunate, bit of contact there between the two, and Matthew maybe squeezed a little bit wide. So we join our leader, Yudley, holding strong, has the fastest lap of the race on the soft tires, so showing great pace here in his final stint. Boa holding on to second place at the moment with the medium tires. Bit of a touch of the wall there, and Jezza and Cameron still very close to each other, being chased by both Matthew and Zelda for third place. So these four cars will definitely be in a fight for third place by the end of the race here. Does anyone think of a move here? Maybe just about all. Zelda went for a very late move and lost out because of it, broke too deep. Still in the slipstream of Matthew, but the move really didn't benefit him. Let's have a very quick run through the grid here. 7 for Dixter, Shadow Wolf up into 8th, got a bit of damage. Juhoven behind him, Schumacher in 10th, Monty is in 11th, followed by JP, Antioch, Monken, and Rocket. Rocket is a few laps behind, so either decided to sit it out or didn't see any value in competing the whole race. Not sure what happened with him entirely. As Matthew has a bit of a look on the inside of Cameron, manages to take that position into turn 1. Now Cameron under pressure by Zelda. Zelda has a bit of a look on the inside of the chicane, but not really an overtake opportunity there. And Matthew ahead holds the inside line, uses the tires and manages to get ahead. Cameron had a bit of a wide moment, picks up damage, and that has allowed Zelda to get past him now. So Matthew has managed to creep back up to third place here. But out in front. Udele seems to be in a league of his own for the moment. Very strong last stint here on the medium tires. I'm sorry, on the soft tires. But holding on the mediums. Matthew chasing him with dying softs. We just need to survive one more lap here. So we're starting the final lap here. Jezza and Cameron are fighting for position here. Actually, Zelda managed to break the slipstream to Cameron and is now just looking on the inside of Jezza. Manages to take the position before turn 1. Holds it nice and clean. And Zelda takes 4th place off of Jezza. Great overtake there. But being caught by Matthew already. Let's stick with these two here. Zelda behind them, creeping up as well. So Matthew here is definitely slowed down by Boa through this section of the track. Matthew manages to find a way past, so does Zelda. I think Boa had a bit of a wide moment there, and this has allowed both of them to get past him. This has brought Jezza in the action as well. Let's see what happened to Cameron here, running in 6th. Just a crash into the wall, it seems. That's unfortunate to see. Udele rounds the final corner. Do we get any last moves here from the top 5? No, we don't. As we rejoin our race leader Udele to round out lap 20 of the feature race and take the feature race win. Congratulations Udele. Matthew with a very strong performance, started P10 after winning the sprint race, P2 in the feature race, 3rd place for Boa, Jezza in 4th, Zelda in 5th, Dijkstra takes 6th place, 7th for Shadow Wolf, bit of an improvement but couldn't gain positions as much as Matthew did. Cameron brings it home in 8th, Juho in 9th, 10th place for Schumacher, 11th for JP, 12th place for Monty, 13th for Moncon, 14th for NTO, and 15th place for Rocket. I believe Khan disconnected from this race as well, despite starting it. So after round 2 here, we have Matthew in the lead of the championship with 73 points after a strong wicket out sprint race win and a 2nd place in the feature. In 2nd place we have Jezza, P3 in the sprint race, 4th in the feature race. He's at 54 points. Right behind him at 51 points is Boa, and in 4th place we have Udele after his, I believe, maiden race win in ALR. So for the constructors, we have the Viper team in a very strong 1st place with 127 points, 2nd place for the Super team with 76, and in 3rd place the GTR team from 2013, as we have 2 GTR teams this time around. Well, thank you for joining me for this race around Tokyo, and I will see you again next time for round 3.